8. And coming up on our show, we run into an old nemesis in just a few minutes. You don't want to miss this confrontation. Then at 6:55 here from Radio Row, we're going to compare this year's Seattle defense to the great Cowboys defenses of the early 90s as George caught up with a member of those defensive units yesterday during Media Day. But first, before all of that, it's the O-Deck with Gordo, brought to us by Man's Best Friend and A1 Air.
Thank you so much, Miller Man. Well, one little quick observation. I'm so happy here in New York City that all of these cab rides, you can use a credit card, and no one gives you a hard time about it. They like it. It's a nice, easy process. You got a touch screen in the back of the cab. You go ahead and punch in your tip and swipe your card. You're done. When you go to Los Angeles and you want to use a credit card, those cab drivers act like you just shot their mother. They're like, ugh, you don't have cash? No, all I got's a credit card. Well, you want to? Can we stop at an ATM and you get cash?
God,
they do that to me every time in Los Angeles. They don't have the
swipe system set up?
They do have it, but they just want cash.
Huh.
And every one of them always offers to stop at an ATM, adding time to the meter, and then they get cash. Because I think they're doing some sort of profit deal on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I talk like Frank Nolan Ryan, man, what a dad. All right, that's just one little quick hit observation. Right. Former friend of the ticket, wondering if he's an enemy of the ticket now, is the always personable Deion Sanders. Now, George, you witnessed this yesterday at Media Day.
Yes.
Oh, what a day.
I tried to talk to Deion, and I understand he's busy, he's running to do something, but he didn't even acknowledge me. And I clearly said multiple times, hey, ticket in Dallas, right? What you looking at?
Is that guy in The Sopranos? Yeah. That was the big guy.
What?
Big guy in the black
Big
coat.
P?
No. What was his character's name?
Soprano?
Huh?
Salvatore or something?
Yeah.
Really?
No, sorry. Got distracted. Cast member of The Sopranos
Would
just
you
walked
try
by.
to focus?
Well, I'm focusing. I'm trying to
do a
talk to
segment
the Sopranos.
Well, maybe don't let him eat the napkin.
So I tried to talk to Deion, and this is the result.
Deion, to the ticket in Dallas. We just wanted to talk to you briefly about the ticket in Dallas. Sports.
He kept walking the whole time, sprinting away from me.
Is he mad at us?
Bitch.
I don't know.
I don't think so, although I was gramming pretty hard from Media Day yesterday, and I did post a picture of Deion laughing, and my caption was, I just informed him that Prime Prep fired him for a third time.
That'll do it.
Maybe that's it. We made too many Prime Prep jokes.
Maybe.
I should have asked him about Prime Prep. Maybe he would have talked to me if I had mentioned Prime Prep. But I was right in his ear. I mean, he and I are walking side by side. I'm saying that, and he is completely ignoring me.
That is weird that he wouldn't even say, I don't have time right now.
Yeah.
Considering he asked me 3 times last year to come on the show.
Right.
So we've not ticked off Deion, have we?
Ain't nobody got time for that. He doesn't have anything to promote anymore.
Yeah, I think Deion is more than fine coming on the ticket when it benefits him.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you get, okay, he can't come on the ticket, but he at least say, oh, hey, I got to get back.
Yeah.
That right there is all he has to do to preserve
and usually
goodwill and let us know that we're okay, we're still cool, everything's still fine, but now he makes it seem like he's got a big problem with us. Makes it seem like I'm a big jerk.
Well, you are a big jerk. There's no
two
doubt
of you need to be deprogrammed. You're insane.
So, how are we, what do you think about our walk from this hotel to our hotel?
It's not a bad little walk. Just depends on the temperature.
Yeah, last night it was cold. It's really cold, that walk.
Wasn't that bad.
I was pretty cold.
Have seen no famous people on the street.
Nope.
Now, over the years walking the streets of New York, I've seen Danny Glover and Sam Shepard.
And Charles Osgood.
Those are the only 3 people that I've actually run into on the street.
I saw I was with you guys when we saw Charles Osgood, and I ran into Noah Wiley. You know Noah Wiley?
Uh-huh.
I saw him, his wife, and their little baby.
George, have you ever run into anybody in the wild here?
Guy from The Sopranos just walked by.
This is
That doesn't count.
You're in a place where stars are.
No. No, and didn't see too many of them yesterday. The guy from Nickelodeon, the two from Entertainment Tonight, and Chris Berman.
That was at Media Day.
Stop it.
That doesn't count.
It's got to be in the wild.
You're not playing fair.
No, I haven't.
All right, it's been a dream of mine and Junior's to live in New York for a year, just to experience it, see how it is. But as you walk around the streets, Giorgio, do you think that you could live here in New York when you don't really have any green space other than like your Central Park? There's no green space,
I
and
think
it's
I could.
just stacked with garbage all the
Yeah,
time.
I don't like that part of it, but I do like the fact that you can walk, around town. And as I told you guys the other day, you'd have to find a place to keep your car, but very drivable of some beautiful areas. You go to Connecticut and things like that, not too far away.
A car here. You can't keep a car here. It's like $3,000 a month to keep your car parked here.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw what I grammed yesterday, a picture of a parking garage.
I need to follow your gram.
And that I'm the only one you're following, and you're the only one I'm following.
Oh,
so
really?
how are you missing these?
Well, I just never go over to gram.
You need to start gramming. What's your problem, man?
I thought about gramming last night, and then for some reason the critic's voice got in my head of, why do you think you're important? Why do you think that anyone would be interested in your gramming? And then I backed down. I backed down to a critic that wasn't even in the world. It was just in my head. Why do you think you're important?
Anyway, I grammed a picture of a little price sign outside a parking garage, $11.83 per 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's what parking costs here in Midtown Manhattan.
That's a tough one.
That is roughly $24 an hour. So you're talking about over $500 for a full day to park that car there.
Good.
That's why
Lord.
you don't keep a car in Manhattan.
But don't you just love the cityscape, Giorgio, walking through the night and it's cold and the manhole covers are smoking, and
I love that. Yeah.
And you hear the whistle of the doorman call for taxis.
But I told you guys last night, and you ragged me because I referenced Chicago. I think by this time of the year you would be beaten by the cold.
Sure.
Because it moves in November, and it's not like Texas cold where we'll have cold, but okay, here in a few days it's going to be nice. In a few weeks, it's still not. In a few months, it's still not. And you're in February freezing your butt off, and you're thinking, man, I'd live anywhere but here right now. I think the cold would beat you more than the crowded streets and stuff like that.
Would the cold here beat you more than the Texas heat in August?
No. We're heat over cold, right? You're one of those guys, too. I'm heat over cold.
Well, heat is more comfortable. But I think I would rather live in the cold.
There you go. It's cranking up, the battle. See, I'm with Junior. You can always warm up. Now, I'm talking about, like, not extreme cold, like up there in, I don't know, the Twin
just
Cities
cold
or
like
something
this,
where it's like negative 20 a lot.
This kind of cold.
To me, it's more fun to dress for the cold. I've told you guys before, a jacket or a coat is my favorite article of clothing.
Sometimes you put your jacket on.
God, you're such a hack. I knew you were going to take that bait. You're such a hack.
You're a master at baiting me.
God. So, anyway, I like the clothing that you wear in cold weather. I like ducking into a cozy bar or restaurant to warm up. I like a fireplace. In the summer, I don't like being in shorts and a T-shirt and pouring sweat.
Yeah, as soon as you walk out of the shower,
yeah,
you take a step outside your door, all of a sudden you're fully sweating.
Everyone's got swamp ass in the summer in Texas. That's not fun.
That is true, but I'd still take that over this.
The other thing about New York, would it beat you to be in confined spaces all the time? Like every bar and restaurant you go into,
yes,
always trying to squeeze into a little space.
Now, I would much rather live in Dallas than New York. No doubt about that. because, yes, I like some open space.
You know what I miss? Smoking New York.
No, I don't miss that at all.
I used to come up here to New York back when it was still a smoking city, and I just love smoking New York.
That was terrible. Any bar you'd go into for one beer and you'd come out smelling like an ashtray.
It was awesome.
That's not awesome.
It was awesome. That was real New York. What we have now, this is the Disneyfication of New York.
Well, why don't you go out and vape?
Yeah, you've been vaping.
Yeah, where's my vape? I thought I had
like there's no tomorrow.
Well, there isn't any tomorrow for me. Not if what I have planned for myself tonight actually works.
All right, Gordo, thank you. That is the O Deck. It is 6:43 on the ticket. Coming up here in about 10 minutes, George talks to a member of the early 90s Cowboys defense, comparing that unit to this year's Seahawks defense. Don't miss that. But first, taking the wireless out yesterday, George ran into a longtime nemesis of this show and station. And this exclusive wireless segment is brought to us by a lot of